another Getting Real with Ashleydawn, and I want to talk to you about sacrifices. Everything we do in life costs us something. Every choice we make costs us something, whether it's costing us a relationship, whether it's costing us our time, whether it's costing us hard work. Everything we do costs us something. And we just have to understand the cost and then choose if it's worth it for us or not. I was just talking to a friend, and we were talking about how we've wanted to get together and have like a girls' day for a long time and kind of go like on a trip, like the four of us. And for like years, we've been saying this and planning this, and I kind of chuckled and I said, we need to do it. And my mom, who's also friends with my friend, just said, yeah, we do. And then my friend, Missy, said, the reason we don't is because of money. Like, it costs so much money to go on a trip. And, we're working for it. And she's right, because the time that we would take to go on the trip, all of us work. And so we would have to sacrifice our money to pay for a trip, and then our job, we'd have to take off of our job so that we could spend the time together. And it just really hit me when she said that. Like, sometimes we don't realize the sacrifices people make for us. Like in our friendships, we don't realize the sacrifice they make to spend time with us. We don't realize the sacrifice that it is, maybe if they come to our party and they give us a gift, or maybe if they do something for us. We don't realize the sacrifice that they've made to be there for us. We don't realize the sacrifice they've made to get us a gift or to do something for us. Like, for instance, I have a friend's party this weekend, her little boy, and I bought her a gift and I paid extra so that it would be here on time. And she'll never know that, because I'm not going to tell her. That's just weird. But I made a sacrifice financially to bless her and to bless her son. Now, so often we receive gifts and we don't realize that somebody's making a financial sacrifice when they give us a gift. Sometimes it's a little one. Maybe like my friend Carolina gave me a Coke and some juicy fruit because she knows those are two of my favorite things, and she wrote a little note on there. That's less than $5. But sometimes people give us a really expensive gift. Maybe it takes a week of their work to do something nice for us. And a lot of times we don't take it into consideration, and we don't really think like, wow, this person financially sacrificed to bless me. This person financially sacrificed to do something for me. Or maybe it's they had to take off of work to go to your wedding, or to go to an event that you were having, and they had to take the day off. Maybe they had to travel for it. We don't take into consideration the sacrifices people make. This morning, I was talking to my mom, and I was just telling her, like, thank you for the sacrifices you make. Like, I'm sorry, I don't thank you for them. Our parents have made sacrifices for us to have the things that we need. I remember when I was a little girl, my daddy sacrificed. He sold his Harley, which for one was his vehicle, for two was his pride and joy that he built, to get me a bunk bed. A set of bunk beds, because I really, really wanted a bunk bed. And he gave up something that he really loved to give me something that I really wanted. That's a sacrifice. My mom, when she was pregnant with me, the doctors told her, like, you were your baby. We can't save both of you. My mom was ready and willing to sacrifice herself so that I could live. There are sacrifices that people make every single day that we don't even think about. Right? We just take for granted when that person calls us that, they got all this free time in the world, and we don't even think, wow, that person cleared their schedule to have the time to talk to us. Last night, one of my friends called me, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna finish watching this movie, and then can I call you later? And I'm like, no, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Like, I love you. I care about you as a friend, but like, call me tomorrow. I'm tired. I'm not sacrificing my sleep and my immune system, because essentially if you don't sleep, your immune system will be weak and you'll be susceptible to diseases and infections and sicknesses. and colds, and I'm not trying to have any of that. And so, like, no, I'm not sacrificing my sleep. But how many times do I sacrifice my sleep to talk to somebody? The other night, I was driving home from a distance far away from my house, and not exactly the best part of town. And one of my friends is like, I want to stay up on the phone with you. He had work the next day, and he's like, I'm going to stay on the phone with you to make sure you get home safe, because I care about you, and I'm not going to be able to sleep until I know that you're home safe. He sacrificed his sleep and being tired the next day at work so that I wouldn't feel alone driving through a not so good part of town, and that I would have somebody keeping me awake, because it was like midnight and I was driving home from my friend's house, from my friend Jessica's house, and he wanted to make sure that I was okay. That's pretty loving, it's pretty kind, it's pretty thoughtful, but it came at a sacrifice. He sacrificed his sleep so that he could give me his time. So many times, people maybe that I'm talking to, or maybe that I'm interested in, they won't understand that I sacrifice to keep a relationship, that I sacrifice, like, okay, I'm going to take this day off of work so we can spend time together. I'm going to maybe not book a photography session around this time, like on my weekends when I'm off from my normal job. Like, I'm not going to book this so that we can spend time together. Some people don't understand what a sacrifice that is. They don't understand the sacrifices that other people make for them. They just take for granted, like, oh yeah, it's no big deal, like, we're just spending time together. Yeah, but it comes at a cost. A single mom that, has kids, that is spending time with you, she's sacrificing something to spend time with you. Maybe it's time with her kids, maybe it's money, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a relationship she could be having with somebody else. Like, everything comes at a sacrifice, and so often we overlook it, so often we forget it, sometimes we don't pay attention to it. I'm going to sneeze, hold up. Excuse me. So often we don't pay attention, and we don't even, like, it's not even a thought in our head, like, wow, somebody probably sacrificed something so that I can have this, right? Our life, Jesus sacrificed his own life so that we could be free. Sometimes we just take for granted that we're free, right? We're free from our sin. We're free from our shame. We're free from condemnation. It says in the Bible that, if you're in Christ, there is no condemnation. And so we just take that for granted, and we don't think, well, that came at a price. That came at a sacrifice. Somebody paid the price for that, and that somebody is Jesus. We go to the grocery store and we buy food, and we just think, oh, yep, the food's at the grocery store. No, a farmer is sacrificing their life and their finances and their livelihood to put food on our shelves. But we don't think about it that way. In our heads, we're just so one-dimensional, and we're like, yep, we're going to the grocery store to pick up some food. But we don't think about all the sacrifices that it took to get that food to the grocery store. So the farmer, okay, who's sacrificing his life and risking his livelihood based on crops and based on temperature and based on, the season. And then you have the truck driver who's taking the food from the farm to the store, that's sacrificing long nights. They're sacrificing sleep. They're not sacrificing long nights. They're spending long nights, sacrificing time with their family, with their friends, their personal life, their social life, to bring that food to that grocery store. And then you think of the store clerks that are sacrificing their time, granted they're getting paid for it, but still, to stock those shelves. And the cashiers, which, we can't really talk about Walmart, because Walmart's pretty much self-checkout now, which is insane to think about. As much money as Walmart makes, that they can't pay cashiers to check people out. It mind boggles me. But anyway, then the cashier that is sacrificing time with their family to spend money, or to make money to pay for things for their family. It's just crazy. When you really start looking at all the sacrifices that are made on a daily basis so that you and I can live the lives that we live, it'll open your eyes to so much. It'll make you so much more appreciative and so much more grateful for the life that you live. It truly will. So often we just take take everything for granted and we just life is wonderful, life is great, but we don't take into consideration all the sacrifices that are being made on a daily basis for us. Start focusing on the sacrifices that are being made. Maybe start focusing on the sacrifices that you're making. And then ask yourself if it's worth it. Ask yourself if you're being thankful when people, give you things. And if you're being thankful when they spend their time with you. Because truly, like money, yeah, we all really struggle with worshiping money, if we're being real. But we all struggle with money. We want to be secure. We want to have financial stability. We want our bills to be paid. We want to have a savings account. We want to buy nice things. We want to eat nice food. We want to do all these things. And we think money, 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 money. Do you know what's more valuable than money? Time. You can always make more money. You can always get a second job. You can always get a hobby. You can always, do a little side hustle. But you can never make more time. You can never get more time. So really, money is the cheapest thing because you can make more money. Time is the most expensive thing that you have to give someone. And so often we forget that. So often we're so focused on money and we're so focused on life and we're so focused on bills and, well, is this person doing this and is this person doing this? Are you appreciating the gift of their time that they're giving you? Because truly time is the most expensive thing somebody can give you. Are you appreciating the time that has been given to you or that is continually being given to you? If you're not, I would just encourage you to start appreciating time. Start appreciating time. Because if somebody is giving you their time, that is the greatest gift that they can give you. It truly is. It's the greatest gift that they can give you. So if somebody is giving you their time, be thankful for it, be grateful for it. Tell them you're thankful. And realize the sacrifice they're making so that they can give you their time. I'm saying it will seriously change your life once you start thinking about all the sacrifices being made on a daily basis for you. That's my encouragement. Start looking at your life. Start looking at the friends that you have, the time that they spend with you, and realize the sacrifice they're making to spend it with you. I love you. More importantly, God loves you. You are seen, celebrated, and loved. God made a big sacrifice for you. He makes one every day. So let's be grateful. Let's be thankful. And let's understand that there are sacrifices being made so that we can live the lives that we live. And let's be thankful and grateful for them. Have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one.